don't know him. Mike was like any other guy in the city, working hard, saving smart, dreaming big. For the past 8 months, he had been dating a woman named Sonia. She was beautiful, charming, and carried herself with an aura that turned heads when she walked into a room. When Mike met her, he had no idea how she lived in such a large, luxurious apartment in the center of the city. But love has a way of silencing questions. Mike, though not wealthy, was doing well for himself. Middle-income job, steady pay. And he loved Sonia. He helped pay her tuition, pitched in for her rent, and often sent her money for groceries and small things she needed. It didn't bother him, he believed he was building something real with her. But what Mike didn't know was that Sonia had someone else. Kenneth. A man in his early 50s, Kenneth was wealthy. Very wealthy. Old money, business connections, 3 houses in different cities, and not the kind of man who tolerated betrayal. He was sharp, calculating, and generous, at least to those who stayed loyal. Kenneth had been seeing Sonia long before Mike entered the picture. He had been the one who got her that grand apartment. He paid her rent, her tuition, and sent her monthly allowances that could make a struggling family breathe easy. He never imagined Sonia would ever look elsewhere. She did. And she kept both men in the dark, playing a dangerous game. To Mike, she was a girlfriend. To Kenneth, she was his kept woman. Sonia had mastered the art of double life, affection to one, seduction to another. But all double lives eventually fall apart. And Sonia's did, in the early hours of a quiet, unsuspecting morning. The night everything crashed. It was just past 2 a.m. Mike was at Sonia's apartment, lying in bed while Sonia dozed beside him. They'd had dinner together, watched a movie, and talked about their future. At least, Mike thought it was their future. Then came the knock. Loud. Aggressive. The kind of knock that echoed through the apartment like thunder. Mike frowned, sitting up quickly. Boom, boom, boom. It wasn't the knock of someone unsure. It was the knock of someone who believed they owned the place. Mike stood up, shirtless, confused, and slightly irritated. He looked at Sonia, who had sat up in bed, looking strangely frozen. He asked, "Are you expecting someone?" She didn't answer, just shook her head lightly. Mike moved to the door and unlocked it. The second it swung open, he was face to face with a man in a tailored black suit. Older, gray streaks in his beard. Behind him were 3 other men, built like security guards or street enforcers. The older man didn't wait for introductions. "That's him," he said calmly, pointing at Mike. "Beat the bastard." Without a second to react, fists flew. The 3 men lunged forward. Mike was struck in the gut, then in the jaw. He stumbled back into the hallway, trying to defend himself. But they were trained. Ruthless. As Mike hit the floor, bleeding from his mouth, his head spinning, Sonia appeared at the hallway's entrance. Kenneth turned to her. "Do you know this man?" Sonia's face was cold. Unfeeling. Her eyes flicked down at Mike and then back at Kenneth. "No," she said. "I don't know him. I think he's a thief." Mike heard those words through the pounding in his skull. He couldn't believe it. "I don't know him." Those words echoed louder than the fists. Kenneth's eyes narrowed. "You heard her," he said to his men. "Hit him harder." They did. The witness. As Mike lay there, bloody and motionless, his shirt torn, a man happened to pass by. A Nigerian neighbor named Igo. He froze at the sight, then shouted. "Hey! Hey! What are you doing? I know that guy." The men paused. Kenneth raised an eyebrow. "You know him?" Igo nodded and moved closer. "That's Mike. He's no thief. He's Sonia's guy. I see him here all the time. He even chats with me outside. We talk. He sometimes sleeps here. Kenneth's face twisted. His gaze snapped to Sonia. She looked down, silent. A long pause. Then Kenneth muttered under his breath, "Damn it." He waved off his men. "Help him up. Take him to the hospital." The call to Mary. At around 3 a.m., Mary, Mike's younger sister, was fast asleep when her phone rang. The name, Mike, flashed across the screen. Groggy, she picked up. "Hello? Mike?" His voice was faint. Shaky. "Mary, please come. I'm in the hospital." She jolted awake. "What? What happened?" Instead of replying, he sent photos. Images of his face, bloodied, swollen, bandaged. His shirt stained red. One eye completely shut. She screamed. Her heart raced. Without wasting a second, Mary jumped out of bed, grabbed her purse, and rushed outside to catch a taxi. Every minute felt like an hour. Hospital visit, St. Matthew's Memorial Hospital. When Mary arrived at St. Matthew's Memorial Hospital, she found Mike lying on a bed in the emergency ward, 4 lines in his arm, stitches on his lips, bruises everywhere. But what disturbed her most was the words coming from his mouth. "I don't know him. I don't know him from anywhere." He was murmuring the same line over and over. Sonia's words. Repeating them like they were burned into his mind. Mary ran to him and grabbed his hand. "Mike. It's me. It's okay, you're safe now." He looked at her, tears leaking from his one good eye. She said, "She didn't know me, she let them beat me, for nothing." Mary didn't say much. She just held his hand and let him talk. What could she say? Kenneth's visit and apology. Later that morning, Kenneth walked into the hospital room. No guards. Just him. He looked at Mike, at the tubes, the bruises, the silence between the siblings. "I didn't know," Kenneth said. "I thought you were a criminal. I trusted the wrong person." Mary stepped forward. "You almost killed my brother." Kenneth nodded. "I'll pay for everything. His bills. Recovery. Therapy. Whatever he needs. I'm sorry." He left an envelope on the side table and walked away without another word. The aftermath. Sonia tried calling both of them. Neither answered. Mike blocked her. Kenneth did more than block, he reclaimed everything. The apartment was in his name. Within a week, Sonia was served a notice to vacate. Her tuition payments stopped. The allowances dried up. Mike also pulled out. No more money, no more late-night calls, no more love. Whatever feelings he had for her evaporated in that hallway, the moment she looked him in the eye and said, "I don't know him." Conclusion. Sonia lost both men. Mike took months to heal, not just from the wounds on his body but the betrayal that shattered his trust. Kenneth moved on, colder and more cautious. As for Sonia, she faded into silence. No apartment. No support. No backup plan. And the words that once condemned Mike now haunted her in every empty room she sat in. "I don't know him.